Hi, my name is Laura, and I'm a research scientist.
My name's Marky, and I'm an IT manager, and we live in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, the style of home that we would prefer, Laura, you may go first.
I'm looking more for something modern or contemporary, maybe something with an industrial feel. I really like the old converted brick warehouses that you see within Boston that are sort of retrofitted for condos.
And I always grew up in colonials, and it's kind of what I know. I love the symmetry of them. They just look classic. Really don't like modern places. It's like you just have like lines and angles all over the place. It makes no sense. So yeah, I think colonial is the way to go.
Colonial is just so boring, and it looks so suburban.
There's nothing wrong with that. What we're looking for is a home with 2 or more bedrooms, 2 baths,
Or
and
one.
no, 2 baths, more than 1 bath, and around at least 1,000 square feet.
Yes.
And what would you like to see in your home?
I would like to see, again, modern finishes. I like separate closed off rooms when I'm in the kitchen. I don't want people to see me cooking or messing up, usually. I definitely want multiple levels. Maybe something with a quirky feel, something that's different. I spent too much time in your standard Boston apartment, and they all look the same. They all have the same layout, essentially. So I definitely want something that has sort of this different, quirky factor to it. I definitely want a city feel. Has to be cat safe. We have 2 cats. And I would love some private outdoor space, preferably something with a view.
All right. And what I would like to see is an updated kitchen. Laura is a great cook, but I enjoy cooking more than she does, so I do probably more of it.
That's
You disagree. You do all the baking, but I do more cooking. Yeah.
It's
So-
still kitchen use.
I'd like an open floor plan. Just love being able to kind of flow from one room into the other. Ideally naturally has to be a quiet, safe neighborhood.
Which is the opposite of a city feel.
Well, that's why we have differences. Opposites attract. Deeded parking.
Oh, yeah.
Being in the Boston area, it's like parking's a nightmare, so not having a spot to come to after 5 p.m. is
A nightmare.
it's terrible. And I would definitely love a space for some kind of man cave or getaway, a cool hangout spot, den of some sort. So that's my list.
Married couple cave.
Yeah, we'll see. House hunting experience. Laura, why don't you talk about it?
So far, it's very stressful. It's very fast paced. You'll have an open house on a Saturday, and offers will be due on Monday, so you have very, very little time to weigh your options or compare to any other properties. It's kind of like the minute you see something, you have to make a quick decision. Do we want it? Do we not want it? And then you have to sort of move forward.
Which, as a, it's kind of a pretty by-the-book person trying to make snap decisions like that over something as important as dropping our life savings on a home is incredibly stressful.
Not to mention that the market is so competitive. Most of the places are listed for anywhere from 10 to 50,000 less than what they really want. So many people are ending up in these long bidding wars, and many people are just taking forever to find something that they can get.
Yeah, so you always have to keep your guard up, because I feel like if you fall in love with a place, the odds that you get it are so slim that it's just kind of like you can walk in and be like, oh my god, this is amazing, but then you have to walk out being like, no, I'm not gonna get it, not gonna get it. Just don't get excited about it because it's not gonna work out. So yeah. So you're stressful is kind of that's the overarching theme.
Nerve-wracking.
All right. Moving on to deal breakers for us.
I would say too many renovations. I don't necessarily know that our lives are equipped for that kind of work at the moment.
So you pay somebody to do it for you.
That's also more expensive. I'm okay with, painting, cosmetic stuff, but total renovations I'm not really super interested in doing. And then another major deal breaker is we're seeing a lot of these second story half walls that I can just, imagine our cats kind of jumping up to investigate and then, sailing on down to the floor.
Which they're cats. Generally, cats spend about a half hour studying every move that they make before they make it.
Yes,
so
but
they'll be fine.
They're fat cats and probably not the most graceful, so I can just envision them jumping and sailing right off. And I don't think...
And then landing on their feet and being like, wow, that was fun.
No,
Try it again.
I don't want to have to think about that all day long as, whether the cats are on the wall or not. And then if we have to renovate the wall to make it a full wall, I don't know. It's just too much.
But then that's a renovation.
Exactly, which is why I don't want it.
Yeah. All right. For me, deal breaker is really kind of just a weird layout. Generally, I like my spaces to make sense. One of the big things I look for is, all right, here's my living room. Where can I put the couch, and will a TV sit right across from it? And if that's not happening, then I don't really want to live there. We've seen some very strange layouts in Boston, and
but that's what makes it different.
Yeah, and that's what makes it impossible to live in.
You can put a TV on hang it on a wall.
Who hangs their TV from a wall?
Like everybody.
No, hang it from, obviously. I'm thinking like trapeze wires or something and just being like, hey, we have a floating TV.
No.
Like you have these corner rooms that are like shaped like a half circle. And where do you put the TV there?
On a TV stand off the floor.
Yeah, but, yes, in theory.
You can work around interesting architecture. At least it's something interesting and not just like a square room with, walls at right angles.
But that's how it works best. All right. So, yes. So I like a functional living space that just makes sense and you can put furniture in it and it works. Anywho, so moving on to conflict and differences of opinion. I think you've already seen a few. Clearly right here we have Laura's love of quirkiness doesn't really jive with my love of functional space that works.
I just want something that's unique and different. Don't you want people to walk in and be like, wow, I've never seen that before. That's really cool. Versus another living room, dining room. Hooray. Yeah. Great space.
It's like you walk in and it's just like, all right, so you're sitting on the couch and the TV is to your side. And you have to just watch TV like this. Isn't that great? No, it's terrible.
You could work around that. Anyway.
We also have, Laura has a preference for kind of closed off rooms. And I've already stated that I like my open layout. So, I don't know. I mean, not my thing.
I just don't want to be in one room and be able to see the rest of the apartment. Like if you stand in the middle of your apartment and you see everything, you're just like living in a big giant box.
Nothing wrong with big boxes. Cats like boxes. And then city versus suburbs. Laura likes that urban feel.
I definitely want to know that I can walk to bars and restaurants and be able to walk to a market or a pharmacy and a Dunkin' Donuts, be able to have plenty of Ubers around. We're not, in the middle of the sticks where nobody comes out there.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of cha-ching with all of that. Ubers cost money. Living in the city is definitely more expensive. Suburbs offer more space. There's just room to spread out. We have room to kind of make the space our own.
And never see our friends or go into the city or do anything social.
That's what cars are for. That's what cars are for.
Driven by other people.
It's more expensive that way. All right, so why should we be chosen to be on the show? So you go ahead and take this one.
We've obviously been watching it for years.
House Hunters, that is.
Yeah, yes.
And HGTV in general.
Yeah, that too. Definitely something that we've sort of done together. We like to watch the shows and comment and try to compete to see, who will guess the right place. So it's definitely something that we've sort of bonded over. But also it's really fun to see the different areas of the country, to see, what your money can get you in Tennessee versus what it could get you in Boston, which is probably a whole lot less. So yeah, I think it's just interesting to sort of get these different areas out there, and I don't see a whole lot of Boston on HGTV.
Yeah, it's just we're always feeling so bad about ourselves when we watch these shows and people are getting mansions. And it's like, we look at our budget and it's like, yeah, we can afford a mansion other places in the country, and here we're competing for a shoebox. So, so I think that it's cool to have those different perspectives and just get a feel for what people can get in other places and what you can get where you've chosen to live. So I think that answers the gamut of questions that were posed to us. So all that's left is going over items that we love about our current apartment.
Why don't you start first?
All right. So we're gonna do the best we can here. So what I love about it is the general open layout. Like Laura was so nicely criticizing, you can stand in the apartment and see just about every other room.
The whole thing.
There's our bedrooms over there. The cats are closed in there so as to not cause a disturbance. Only downside is kind of the kitchen is its own little cell block. It would be nice if we could
or the only good side to me.
We could see the I would love to have a kitchen where you could just see what's going on in the rest of the place. So we'll now go to Laura's favorite.
Follow me.
Pardon the rain.
This is our own little slice of heaven here in Boston, and you can see the entire skyline from our private roof deck. It's amazing to have this sort of view in the city. We're in the middle of South Boston, so we kind of have everything at our fingertips, including Boston itself, and we have our perfect little private outdoor space here.
And I will also admit that this is really cool. It's especially on hot summer nights coming up here with the breeze and just reclining and enjoying ourselves. It's really it's a nice getaway. So that is all. We hope you consider our application.
We hope you choose us.
And thank you.
Thank you.